Hello and welcome to this very special festive AfterMaths episode of the Primary Maths Podcast, the show where we talk all things primary maths. With me, Jon Cripwell.
And me, Becky Brown. Merry Christmas, Jon. We made it.
We did, just about. And it only took me about 3 attempts to say that opening that I have said every week now, twice a week since June. So I think it's telling that it is the end of the year. And we are all ready for a bit of a break. If you're listening, hopefully you are already enjoying your Christmas break, and I hope it's going wonderfully. But given that it is the Christmas holidays, there isn't an interview episode this week. And crucially, we promised ourselves that we wouldn't talk about school, Becky.
No, we've done enough of that for 2025, I think, Jon.
Yep, I think so too. 2025 school-wise is done, and we shall look ahead. So instead, we thought we'd have a slightly different kind of conversation, something a little bit lighter perhaps, maybe something a little bit reflective, we'll see, and definitely something that you can listen to while wrapping presents, if you're like me and still haven't done it yet, or maybe if you're driving somewhere festive to see family or friends, or perhaps just if you are hiding in the kitchen for 5 minutes of peace and quiet. We'll be here to keep you company. I do, though, think that even when we're not talking about school, Becky, maths has a habit of sneaking in anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah, completely, Jon. Christmas is basically just one long applied maths problem, isn't it?
All right, go on.
So whether you're thinking about timing, logistics, budgeting, portion sizes, how many potatoes is too many potatoes? And the answer, of course, is always more than you thought, but still somehow not enough.
I can't believe that you still managed to sneak time and timing in there just for one last little dig at my issues with time. There's also the classic Christmas probability problem, which is what are the chances that the one thing that you forgot is the one thing that you now absolutely need?
Oh, 100% that will happen, Jon. Absolutely.
Yeah, every year. I would imagine probably about 11 o'clock on Christmas Eve. I'll realise we've about sellotape and I definitely need to get some more. But speaking of probability and statistics, I've been doing a little bit of research and I've come up with what I think are some cracking Christmas stats. And I've even put them into categories for you, Becky. So there are
Brilliant.
6 categories. No, there are not. There are 5 categories, which I have somehow managed to number 1 to 6, which is impressive. I think I may have deleted the 4th category. I couldn't find quite enough to go in it. So you can have a choice of Christmas food and drink statistics, Christmas spending statistics, Christmas present statistics, Christmas travel statistics, or Christmas tradition and culture statistics. So where would you like to start, Becky?
Well, let's start. This seems like a good place to start, Jon, with Christmas tradition and culture, please.
Christmas tradition and culture. I feel like we're playing Trivial Pursuit,
Trivia.
Becky.
Yes.
And you've gone for, I don't know, what's the closest to Christmas culture and
History.
Yeah, quite possibly. Okay, so Christmas culture and traditions. Let's have a look. What have I got for you? So every year we have obviously the. I don't want to step on your. I know that you've got something later in this category as well, actually. So we'll still consider Christmas films, Becky, but let's go controversial. In your opinion, is Die Hard a Christmas film, yes or no?
Absolutely, yes. In my opinion, it is. I mean, not one that I sit down and watch with my children, but it's very festive. There's it's Christmas time. It's really Christmassy. There's lots of Christmas music. I think it's a Christmas film.
I think so. There's tinsel. Just like in our Christmas episode here, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see we have tinsel. Becky has a small Santa over her shoulder as well. And, in Die Hard, it's set at Christmas. It's got Christmas songs in the film. It takes place at a very festive office party on Christmas Eve. However, only 37% of Brits consider it a Christmas film.
Wow.
So less than half. I know, I'm shocked. And people need to educate themselves, clearly. Apparently, in the same statistic, 46% of Britons don't consider Die Hard to be a Christmas film. Now, if I do 46 out of 37, there's a gap there, isn't there? Where I'm guessing people are just going, well, I don't know, I've
Undecided,
never seen
maybe.
it. Yeah, I've never seen it. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope if we added those two, those undecided to the 37%, we get just over 50%. But the 46% of people who have clearly seen it and don't think it's a Christmas film, I'm sorry, I think you're wrong. I really do.
Yeah. That's
To me,
strange.
it's a Christmas film just as much as Gremlins
I was going to
is a
say the same
Christmas
thing. If
film. Yeah,
Gremlins is, then Die
yeah.
Hard is.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love Gremlins, and that is very
Me
definitely
too.
a Christmas film too. So I'll give you another statistic. Charity donations. This is a heartwarming one for you. They are estimated to top out at 2.8 billion in November and December. So the British public was estimated to donate nearly £3 billion to charities in the last couple of months
Oh,
of 2024. This was so. Hopefully, we've done the same again this year.
I
And
love that.
additionally, 50% of people say that they always or usually give money to charity over the festive period, compared to about 34% of people who donate through the rest of the year. So obviously, something about Christmas makes us feel particularly generous, and that's lovely.
Yeah. I think also, and this has probably become more common in recent years, whereas everybody used to send Christmas cards to absolutely everybody, it was just what you did. I feel like more and more now people say, well, actually, we're foregoing the Christmas cards this year. We're going to donate to charity instead, which
Yeah.
I love getting a greetings card, but I just do kind of get it with Christmas cards that
I
actually
haven't
that might
sent
be a better
any
option.
I haven't sent any Christmas cards this year, Becky. I haven't sent
I
any.
haven't. I've given some to my nearest and dearest because I always like to
Yes.
get special ones, but I haven't posted a
Yeah.
single one.
No, I'm feeling a bit guilty. Have I left it too late? Um,
Not too late to donate to charity instead, John. There you go.
I was just about to say, there we go. You see, I've chosen not to send Christmas cards this year. Instead, I'm going to make a donation to a charity of my choice. So yeah, so that's good, isn't it? 3 billion quid. And then finally, in this category, what do you put your Christmas presents in, Becky? Or what does Santa put your Christmas presents in on Christmas Day?
A
Are they
stocking.
a stocking? Well, you are with the majority, but only just. So
Oh,
51% have stockings to put presents in. 96% of those celebrating Christmas give presents, apparently, but only 51% put them in stockings. That's if they have a child under 10 in the household. If you take away the child under 10 in the household, that figure drops to only 36%. Who
oh,
put presents in stockings. So, the Christmas stocking, they're quite limiting, I suppose, aren't they, Christmas stockings, unless you've got enormous Christmas stockings. Um,
yeah.
I think Christmas sacks and things are probably a little bit more popular, or better pillow cases. I've seen that as well, pillowcases and
Yes. Yeah.
things. So,
Oh,
um,
okay.
what percentage of people do you think put up a tree at Christmas?
What is this percentage of people who celebrate Christmas that put up a tree?
It doesn't say, actually, to be fair. It just says percentage will put up a tree.
Okay.
So maybe not
Well,
everybody who celebrates Christmas, so they don't all put up a tree, perhaps.
I think most people. The only reason I can think of people that I would know that haven't put up a tree is if you're not going to be there at Christmas because you're
Hmm.
going on holiday or something. So I'm going to go quite high. I think 92%.
You aren't a million miles off, Becky. It's
What?
84%, apparently. 84% of people will put up a tree. I know, it's a Christmas miracle, isn't it? You're
Yes.
within 10%, which is, statistically significant when you look back at some of Becky's. I'm going to do, Becky, for our New Year's Eve, New Year's Eve episode. I'm going to do a little highlights compilation of the
Oh
year
no.
from interviews and from our AfterMaths episodes. And I might do a special little compilation of you and Sally perhaps trying to guess at figures and statistics. I think that'll be
Thanks,
lovely.
John.
Yeah, no, not a problem.
Everyone needs to be reminded.
Yeah, I think that might be a nice one for social media, actually, as well, to be honest. So look out for that. If you're listening, look out for that. Give it a like, just so that we can show Becky how important these contributions are.
Yeah, and how this is a safe space, Jon, for me to make mistakes.
Exactly. It really is. It's totally a safe space. This is how we learn. So that's tradition and culture. We won't go through all of these categories because we'd be here all day, but pick another one for me, Becky, and see what we've got.
Well, I think this is a big part of Christmas, so I'm going to go for Christmas food and drink next, please, Jon.
Thought you might. I thought you might. So, oh, this is a scary one. This is a scary one. I think I might put this figure in the shade, actually. Let's have one more guess from you this year, Becky.
Oh, no.
How many calories do you think the average person consumes? And average here, I think we're taking mean average. We've talked about how important it is to be specific, haven't we? So big portions, an extra roasty or two if there's one going spare. And we've already said that there's always too many, but never quite enough. Selection boxes, a little tipple maybe on Christmas Day.
So are we talking about specifically on Christmas Day itself?
On Christmas Day itself, yeah.
All that
when
cheese.
you eat yourself into a food coma with, 3-course meal often or more, Christmas breakfast, maybe little nibbles throughout the day, or that cheese, as you say, a little drink or two. How many calories do you think?
Okay, so I know that.
I mean, I'll tell you that the average. So the average that we're working on here for a normal day is 2,000 calories.
2,000,
okay?
yeah.
2,000 calories. I'm not saying that's typical of everybody, but that's what they're working on this.
Yeah. Okay, so I think, don't know if I'm a good person to guess this, Jon, because all rules go out the window on Christmas Day for me. It's like, if you want to have chocolate
why not?
and Bucks Fizz for breakfast, do it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 3 times as many. I reckon 6,000.
Oh my, we need a bell, a whistle, we need some musical chimes. 6,000 calories is absolutely right. 3 times as many calories as they would typically need in a day, which is, I think that's a conservative estimate, to be honest, Becky. I reckon I'm going to aim to smash that this year.
Wow,
some people
who knew?
apparently can gain nearly half a stone during the Christmas period, which, you've got to enjoy it. You have got to enjoy it. You've got January to, pay that back if you want to, if you choose to, haven't you? So 6,000 calories, 2.5 kilograms or half a stone, typically. Not just on Christmas Day. I have to say that is the whole of the festive period. But when you consider Christmas parties and again, I reckon I could probably have a go at it, Becky. But 11:54 a.m. What do you think that might refer to?
Oh, I think that is the average time that people have their first alcoholic drink.
Yeah, you are absolutely spot on. So according to a survey of more than 2,000 people, Brits are more likely to have their first tipple before midday, with Londoners expected to have their first sip at 11:03, so a little earlier in the capital. But elsewhere, as a nation as a whole, sort of 5 to 12. 16% of people think 11 a.m. is an acceptable time to start drinking on Christmas Day, which is, 58% thinking that 1 p.m. is more suitable. I'm not going to divulge when or if I have a Christmas drink, Becky, but
Me neither. Although I think it's very telling that food and drink seems to be my specialist subject when it comes to guessing, Jon.
I think,
say no more.
It's exactly. It's what Christmas is about, Becky. If you were able to actually plan your Christmas dinner, because I don't know about you, but whenever I try to cook Christmas dinner, I aim for a certain time, but it slips a little bit. What time do you think most people would choose to sit down for their dinner?
Oh, okay. So
they're starting drinking at 11 or 5 to 12. Right? What time do they want to eat?
2 p.m.
Have you been reading my notes?
No.
So 28% of people, the most, chose to sit down at 2 o'clock. 3 p.m. was also popular with 20% of people, and 1 p.m. for 18% of people. Again, those don't add up to 100%. So there's obviously a huge variety of different times that people like to sit down for dinner, but 2 p.m. being the most popular. Right. Last but not least, I'm going to give you some Christmas travel statistics, Becky,
Okay.
because uh, I thought this was interesting. So, on average, people drive around 53 miles each way to see their friends and family. Um, on that's Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So 106 miles over those couple of days, which
Wow.
is average. And for some people, they won't go anywhere. This is how averages work, if you're unaware. Some people won't go anywhere, will they? So some people are driving a very long way
Long way.
to
Yeah.
to see people. But I suppose that's what Christmas is about. The busiest day for traveling, though, isn't Christmas or Christmas Eve. It's the Friday before Christmas. So the Friday before Christmas is apparently the most popular. 23.7 million journeys made on that day.
Oh,
So yeah, if you were stuck in any of that, I sympathise with you. The next busiest days are then the 21st and the 23rd. I don't know about the 22nd. I don't know where people are on the 22nd. They've done enough travelling on the on the 19th, on the 21st, 21st and the 23rd. Just stay at home on the 22nd.
strange.
Heathrow saw
Okay.
a 13% rise in passengers flying on Christmas Day last year. So yeah, not I wouldn't think to take a flight on Christmas Day. But again, I suppose
No.
if you don't celebrate Christmas, maybe. And 15% of Brits dined out on Christmas Day. My
Okay.
brother's doing that this year. £75 a head at a local pub to have his Christmas dinner, and he's upset because he's only got a choice of turkey. There's no other meats, and he's a big carnivore, my brother, and yeah, is a little upset
Oh,
that his usual traditional 3 or 4 different types of meats on Christmas dinner won't be served to him this year, despite the fact that he's paying £300 for him and his family to have Christmas dinner out. I like
yeah.
I can see why people go out to eat on Christmas Day, totally, but I also do kind of like cooking Christmas dinner and, all the chaos around it. I think when you've got young children as well, or youngish children, or just children, I don't know, or just family around, I suppose it's a sociable sort of thing as well, isn't it?
Yeah, we've done both. When the boys were a little bit younger than now, that we did go out for a few years in a row because it meant that we could just enjoy the present opening and the morning chaos without worrying about putting things in the I mean, I'm saying this, but I'm not responsible for Christmas dinner in my house, so it's easy for me to
Oh,
say.
okay.
So we've done both, but actually I'm very much looking forward to being just behind my own front door this Christmas and
Yeah.
having someone else cook Christmas dinner for me.
Yeah,
I'll do the
there's
washing up.
something to be said for that, isn't there? I remember memorably, as an adult, I haven't been out for Christmas dinner. I did work a couple of Christmas days in a restaurant when I was a student,
Me too.
which was yeah, which was nice. It was genuinely sort of festive. You sort of see people enjoying their meals and things. And then you get to go home feeling a little bit of a martyr because you've had to go out and work, and everybody's extra nice to you because you've had to go and do that. Or they were to me, Becky. Anyway, I hope they were to you.
Yeah. Me too. And the
Um,
treble time helped as well.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. And a few tips as well. Didn't go amiss. Um, but I do remember when I was growing up, we did go out for Christmas dinner a couple of times. Memorably, once to a curry house in Derby for Christmas dinner. They did the full Christmas turkey, roast potatoes, the works, just in slightly unusual surroundings for your Christmas meal. Um,
Yeah.
but it was very busy. But yeah, so that one sticks in my mind particularly as one of the most unusual Christmas meals, Christmas Day meals that I've enjoyed. But as I say, it was lovely, so no complaints. If you are dining out in London last year, the average cost was £92 a person. So it is pricey, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Elsewhere in the country last year, it was £73 on average. So, yeah. So there you go. Some little Christmas stats for you that you can amaze your friends with over the Christmas dining table this year. Or take back into school. Oh, no, we said we weren't going to mention that word, didn't we?
Oh,
Take back into that place that we go to after Christmas, and yeah, astound your classes with those festive delights when it comes to statistics.
thank you very much, John. Some interesting things for you to share there. I have also been doing some Christmas-themed internet-based research, and I've got a couple of Christmas-themed world records
Sorry,
to
you
share with
did
you.
yours on the internet. I've been out. Running these surveys, Becky. 2,000
Surveying.
people I had to speak to. Yeah, 2,000 people I had to speak to up and down the length of the country. I massively contributed to one of those travel statistics. So you've just sat at home on the internet. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. I take this podcast seriously, Becky. I wish that you would show the same sort of commitment. I really do.
Yeah. Next year I'll go out onto the streets asking people questions with the Christmas hat
Good.
on.
Yes.
Um,
Get bored. It's
okay.
important.
So and I'm going to ask you to guess each of these as well, John. But it's not. Well, one of them is a measurement related one. But let's start
Oof.
with.
Okay.
You sort of hinted at it earlier. What do you think was the most successful Christmas movie of all time at the
Now,
worldwide box office? This is
so this is at the box office, not
at the box
home
office.
movies and
No,
things like that, no. Well, I'm gonna guess it wasn't Die Hard then, since there's some controversy
no.
over whether, that's a Christmas movie or not.
This is definitely a Christmas movie.
It's definitely a Christmas movie. Oh, how far back in time are we going, Becky? Just roughly. I don't want any huge clues, but are we talking a Christmas classic from the golden era of
No,
Hollywood?
it was released in the last 10 years.
Oh, the last 10. Wow. I don't think I've seen a film in the last 10 years.
It's animated. That might give a clue. Although there is a non-animated version. I think there might be maybe even more than one of this particular story.
No, I have no idea. I can't name. That's bad, isn't it? I can't name an animated Christmas movie since about Arthur Christmas.
Oh,
So
that's a good one though. It's
it
not
is a
that,
good
but
one. I
that is
do
a good
like.
one.
Yeah, I do like Arthur
Um,
Christmas.
it
Oh, come on. What could it be? Uh, Christmas movie.
I'll put
No,
you out of
I
your
don't know,
misery,
Becky.
John.
We could be here all day.
It was the animated version of Dr. Seuss's The Grinch.
Ah,
It
okay. Well, that one
raised
passed me
over
by, I'm afraid.
I haven't seen it either. It raised over $540 million at the
Wow.
worldwide box office. So, and that is the most successful of all time.
So worth doing then,
I feel like I
is
probably
what you're
should go and
saying.
watch it now after this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
worth
definitely.
worth worth making it in that case.
Yeah.
550 million. Um, wow, that's
I mean,
silly
that's
money,
a
isn't
number
it?
that's hard to visualize, isn't it? Um,
Yeah.
so kind of on the same theme, what do you think is the best-selling Christmas song of all time? So this is done on estimated worldwide sales, and it's not necessarily on streams. I couldn't find the
Oh, okay.
exact way to describe it, but it's
Ah,
more traditional than you would maybe think.
um, okay, so uh, something. I mean, we know that Wham's Last Christmas has been Christmas number one for 2 years in a row. The first song to be Christmas number one for 2 years in a row. But I'm guessing that was because of the streaming rather than because of sales necessarily.
Yes.
I mean, Mariah Carey's last "All I Want for Christmas Is
You
You."
have
It's
to go
been,
back quite a lot further than that, John.
do I? Okay, White Christmas.
Yes.
Is it? Oh, okay. Is that
It
Bing
is
Crosby? Bing Crosby's
Bing
White
Crosby's
Christmas?
White Christmas from 1942 with estimated,
Wow.
and it is an estimation, but worldwide sales of more than 50 million. So that is, I
Okay.
mean, I think it's difficult to come up with these stats now because of streaming and the way that all works, but that
I guess
was
though, the
definitely,
longer that a song has been out in that way, the more opportunities to sell it each
yeah,
Christmas, and that is the wonderful thing, as we know from, well, as I know from the film about a boy, actually, that, that if you happen to have written a good selling Christmas song, it will keep you, keep coming back, won't it, in terms of royalties for years and years and years to come. So
Yeah.
yeah, good on
I
old
was
Bing.
pleased with that though. That's a classic. I love that one.
Yeah, I like that song. Yep, I'm with you.
And my final one, it would not be right for me to talk on a podcast without making myself look silly in the area of measurement, John. So,
Okay.
my husband, who is a maths teacher, was talking about a quiz they were doing within their department. And the question asked was, how tall is the tallest cut Christmas tree?
Okay.
So, I
Now,
did say to him at the
what
time,
unit of measurement are we talking here, Becky? Just so we're clear.
feet. We are, yes, that's,
We're going
as we know, that's
imperial.
really important. We're going imperial, we're going feet, which might give you a clue to where it was.
So just for our international listeners, roughly, approximately 3 feet to a meter, there or thereabouts. Okay,
Yes,
so
yeah,
100 centimeters ish, roughly 3 feet.
3 feet.
Okay,
Yeah. So I did say when he asked me, he said, "What do you think?" And I said, "You do know my history with guessing measurements.
okay. So you're going to let me have a guess
I'll let you have
first.
a guess first, and then I'll I'll tell
So
you my
I
guess."
reckon in meters, let's say. I mean, some of them are huge, aren't they? If I'm thinking about the one that we get donated from Norway in Trafalgar Square each year, that's pretty big, and the one that they have in Times Square. I'm looking out the window to next door's house. Not that they've got an enormous Christmas tree, but I'm just trying to estimate how tall that house is. We're trying to use some referencing. So 4, 5, 6, so about 8 meters. No, let's say 10 meters. Let's say 10 meters, which is what, about 30 foot. Let's say 35 feet. I bet it's higher than that. Let's go with 50 feet. 50 feet.
Okay. It is quite a lot higher than even that, John.
Is it?
However, interestingly, my first guess was 32 feet. And I
Right.
know from these things that it's going to be an extreme. So I went
Yes.
really low first. And then when Glyn said, "Oh, actually, no, it's much, much higher than that," that is where the crazy guess came in.
Okay.
So I said, "This is ridiculous," and I love that I'm sharing this with the world. But my guess, after saying 35 feet or whatever I said,
Yeah.
32 feet, was 900 feet. And it was only
900
when we,
feet, which is I've just done the calculation very quickly here. It's 274 meters, so quarter
yeah,
of a kilometer, over quarter of a kilometer long. In fact, Becky, I've got some things here. That's about 4/5 as tall as the Eiffel Tower, and it's about 1.5/5. Well, no, that's a terrible estimation. Let's go with this one. About 7/10 as tall as the Empire State Building. So that
yeah.
is
So
quite tall.
well, this is how the conversation went, and that's when I realised that actually this was something I probably would be bringing to the podcast because it was just another example of a far a ridiculous guess. So the correct answer is somewhere in between those two. You won't be
It is
surprised.
it? Right. Okay.
Is 212 feet.
Wow. Which is still impressive, isn't it?
Yes.
For definitely wouldn't go in my lounge.
No. Well, it was in Seattle. This was, and it was back in December 1950. They put it in a
Wow, how
new
do we
mall.
believe it then? I mean, people just seem to measure anything the way they liked back then. But
Who
that's
knows?
okay.
Certainly wasn't 900, but
So
212
just to
feet.
this website that I've just found here that seems to measure everything in comparison to famous buildings. 212 feet is about 1.1/5 times as tall as the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So that's impressive, isn't it? This
Oh,
Christmas tree would tower over the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It is about 9/10 as tall as a giant sequoia tree, which is a big, big tree. And it is 1.25 times as tall as Nelson's Column, and
oh,
1.3 as tall as the Arc de Triomphe. So that is what we're saying. That's quite a big Christmas tree. How
yeah.
many baubles would you need to decorate that?
Oh, I dread to think.
Oh, can you imagine going to the? Can you imagine going to the? Head in my hands here, thinking about it. Can you imagine going to get lights for it. And, you know, you've got those
Oh,
boxes of, do we need 200 lights, 500 lights? Like, this is going to be in the tens of thousands, I would have thought, in terms of to make it look not sparse
yeah.
with your
Yeah. Well,
Christmas light.
I saw a photograph of it, and it was more sparse than I would like a Christmas tree to look. It was also
Mm.
very sort of tall. It was obviously very tall, but quite tall and thin. Not not as triangular as I would like my Christmas tree to
Yeah.
be.
I think that was a bit of a complaint about the one in Trafalgar Square this year, wasn't it? I don't know if you saw that one, but it was, yeah, a little narrow, perhaps. Um,
Yeah.
Still tall, but not, you know, not got the depth to it that you would quite like to see in a Christmas tree. Although people did point out that, you know, that one is a gift from the from the people of Norway, I believe. I might need to double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's the people of Norway. And it's not actually the official Christmas tree of London. Um, I'm not sure where the official Christmas tree of London is, but maybe Covent Garden.
Don't know.
Shall I have a look?
Yeah, I think we
Official
need to
Christmas
know.
tree of London. Oh no, it is the one in it's the one
Oh,
in Trafalgar Square. There you go. So I'm totally talking rubbish there. People were complaining about it though, saying it was didn't look great this year.
oh,
But you know, I think this time of year you should be grateful for what you receive, shouldn't you? Rather
yeah,
than wishing it was
absolutely.
a better version. Um, yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. I've learnt something new. But where does it come from? The Christmas Trafalgar Square Christmas tree? It is Norway. There we go. I was right about one thing at least, Becky. So that's good.
I feel like if people have listened to this, John, and they are doing a Christmas quiz later in Christmas evening or in the days following Christmas, there could be some things that we've shared, hopefully correctly, that might get them some points.
That's the key. Hopefully correctly.
Yes.
That's what I always used to think when I was teaching anything. Hopefully this is correct what I'm telling you, but you know, it's subject to change. Um, So yeah, I think that just about wraps up our festive special, Becky. We've covered lots of numbers to do with Christmas, and hopefully given people something to talk about over the Christmas dinner table, should they be celebrating. Thank you. I think at this point we should say a huge thank you to everybody who has listened in 2025 so far. There will be one more episode of the Primary Maths podcast next week on New Year's Eve, next Tuesday, which will be a few select highlights from this year, including, I'm sure, some of Becky's wildest guesses at particularly measurements. So look out for that one. We will then be back in the new year in 2026 with some more interview episodes, and we've got some brilliant ones to kick off the new year with. And of course, more AfterMaths episodes with Becky and I. But otherwise, Becky, I think that's just about it for this episode. Thank you for listening, everybody, and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me along, John. It's been great fun this year. Looking forward to lots more maths chat in 2026. And Merry Christmas to all our listeners.
Absolutely. Don't forget, if you are feeling generous at this time of year, and we know lots of people are from that statistic earlier, a quick rating or review on whichever platform you are listening on right now would be absolutely the Christmas gift that we would love to receive, wouldn't it, Becky?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So if you do manage to do that, thank you very, very much. But otherwise, Merry Christmas, everyone. And we'll be back next Tuesday on the Primary Maths podcast with our annual roundup. Thanks, everyone. Have a good Christmas.
Merry Christmas.